Okay, so I made it to the Church of St. Peter and Paul, which is in Vyšehrad, which is not far from the Vyšehrad River, which is just over in that direction. The energy, is so strong here. I didn't bring my crystal ball today, okay? I left it back in the hotel. But what I will do is try to bring you some messages, okay? So I'm just shutting my eyes and I'm just trying to take in this energy around me. And what I actually get is like a vision of my hometown, okay, Bournemouth. And at the moment, because of the coronavirus and the restrictions, the cruise ships have been like sort of accumulating there, okay? I mean, some days, there's 4 cruise ships there. And I heard it's because they've got to pay like these duty fees if they're like at a port or something. And because they've been out of action, they've been accumulating, okay? So 4 on some days. I see them as I cycle into the town centre and back of a morning. So what they're saying is that sometimes you have to allow things to come to you. So rather than you going to the cruise ship, you've got to allow the cruise ships to come to you. But I feel this around either like a sort of love situation here, okay? And I'm getting some letters here for connections. I get the letters B, I get the letters J, and also the letter K as well. And I'm also being given the numbers 11 and also 22 as well. Okay, let's see if I can get another message here. Okay, I'm in about, I think in about an hour, I'm going to go meet a lady friend of mine on a boat for a few beers. Well, in fact, it's just like a kind of bar which is on a boat, okay? But it's a nice experience. It's very hot here today, okay? Extremely hot. It's over 30, okay? I found a lovely spot here just beneath a tree. And what they're saying here is that you need to find a nice spot, a nice cool spot, because things have been rather heated recently, okay? And even they agree there, over there. Okay, so they're saying you have to find a cool spot here. It's like maybe you've been given so much of yourself around a situation, yeah, just giving all the time and gotten little back in return. And they're saying just step back from the situation, okay? I'm getting something here about extremes as well. Like it's either really hot or it's really cold. Okay, there's no in between. So they're saying try and find that nice cool place, okay? So it's not freezing cold or so hot. It's like the space here just beneath this tree, okay? It's the best kind of sort of space. So perhaps it's not about completely moving on from a situation, but at the same time, it's not about going deep into a situation. It's kind of just living really, and just being here and now in the present. And then things will start to unfold around you. Right, I'm just gonna meditate some more and see whether I can see another message. I think a lot of you read this story, but I was on a train going back, gosh, I don't know, over 3 years ago anyway. I was going from Budapest to Prague, and I got on this train, and as I got on, I wanted to sit by a window, but my ticket wasn't actually near a window, so it looked quite empty, the carriage, so I sat near a window. And then a young lady of around 30 got on, and she had this big rucksack, so I helped her on with it and put it up, in the rack for her. And we sat down, we didn't really see anything. An old woman came into the carriage begging, for money, and then a bit later this man came in trying to sell his wares, and he tried all these different languages, but I don't know, he just couldn't seem to get anything across, and we kind of sort of looked at each other, me and this mystery woman, and we giggled. And then the train started going, and then at this point we just looked at each other, and for about an hour we were just like staring at each other intensely. But that's not so intense, it was like just nice, it just felt kind of right. Anyhow, she went off to the powder room, and I just took out my cards just for some insight, as you do. And then she'd come back, she was fascinated, and I said I could give her a reading, but there was no table, and she pointed to her legs, so I just did a reading there for her. But she got the death card. And then later on I found out she was actually going to her nan's funeral. And then she returned the favour. You know, she read the tarot for me, she got the Empress card, and she said that someone around me is going to help me to grow and help me to expand. And she was right, there was someone like that who did help me to grow and expand, and also learn a lot about myself. But anyhow, she finished the reading, and then she fell asleep in my arms, and we kissed a little. It was a long journey, about 8-hour journey. And then she got off at a small village just before Prague. We tried contact a few times, but she was, I think, involved in a situation with her boyfriend. It was quite a rough situation, and also she was part of a yoga community in Bucharest. Okay, so Budapest is Hungary, and Bucharest is Romania. So it kind of sort of fizzled out. You know, oh, I was going crazy. Oh, you know, I've met the one of my life, and you know. But it was just, I mean, I actually turned to a reader who actually told me that we were just there at the right time for each other. It's like kindred spirits, and that's how it was. So now it's just completely just, you know, let go. And I kind of look back and think about how nice what actually was. And I think your message here is that sometimes it's like that. You know, you meet people, it's a nice experience, and then you kind of just move forward. Okay, so there's no kind of sort of attachment to the situation. And all I do now is just think back with, you know, fond memories here. Right, just let me just see if I can get another message here. I don't know, I keep feeling a lot of kind of sort of blockages here, okay? I feel with you that it's very hard to put your finger on a situation. You've tried. Okay, yeah. Okay, what I'm being told is it's like when you look at it, it changes its behaviour. You know, and in a lot of ways, you know, maybe this is why we can't truly see the kind of sort of meaning of life. It's like as soon as you look for it, then you can't find it. Or perhaps when you don't look for it, then you do find it. But it's like if you look at something, then it starts to change its behaviour. So it could well be around a love situation where you're trying to enforce or trying to force change there. But as soon as you do that, then things kind of sort of remain stuck, things don't change. But the feeling here that if you step back from the situation, then things are going to start changing around you. Right, I've got a few things to do. I'm going to make my way down to this boat with a bar and meet my lady friend in about, I don't know, about 20 minutes or so, which will be nice. I'm going to come back to this church tomorrow, so to put down your intentions, yeah? All your intentions just put below, and then I'll come back tomorrow. I'm going to come back a few days, okay? I'm going to go to different places as well, but I'll be back here most certainly. And if you put down your intention, I'll either put a like or like a love heart or a comment, something like that, just to acknowledge that I've actually kind of sort of read it and then taken it inside, and then I will go inside and do it collectively, okay? Collectively. So just put down your intention, but you must subscribe as well, okay? Okay, thank you.